And I'm kicking myself because I'm like, why didn't I do this so long ago? How's it going, everybody? Kevin here with Entertaining Entropy. Today's video is on passive income, making money while I'm just standing right here. And the way that I'm going to do this is leveraging 3 different apps. But if you like today's video, check out my other videos on my channel, entertainingentropy.com, or just Entertaining Entropy on YouTube. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm really just giving this information away for free, trying to educate people, show people how I was able to make money with small investments, with cool ideas, with neat stuff. And if you follow, I'll release videos every week. I try to give you guys information, but if I don't fill you in, leave me some questions, comments, and fill me in on what I could do any better. So today's video focusing around 3 different applications. Those are going to be things that I'm making money just by standing here, passively gaining interest, passively doing something mostly in the form of cryptocurrencies today. The 3 that I'll be covering is initially starting with Celsius. Celsius is an app where I can hold cryptocurrencies, but they use a neat functionality to be able to make it easy to passively gain additional interest on those types of things that are sitting there. The second thing that I'm going to be leveraging is an application called DeFi Land, and DeFi Land is one that I've covered in another episode, but that is one that I've found is really cool. It has a neat user interface, and they just released the public beta, so I'm excited to dive in and see and show you guys really more how that goes and show what's coming in the future. So a lot of new updates for that. And the final thing that I'll be going over is Gate.io, which has a lot of different ways that you can leverage that website to, use it even just as a cryptocurrency exchange. But today I'm focusing on bot trading. So that's going to be one where we can actually just have a computer invest for me and make changes. Cryptocurrencies are always dropping and going up and going down, but sometimes you can predict, or often you can predict where they're going to stay between the two, high and low numbers that we're going to find. So we'll dive into that. But again, if you like today's video, make sure you subscribe and check me out. Let's get into it. So the first application that I'll be getting into is Celsius, and I'm kicking myself because I'm like, why didn't I do this so long ago? It makes it super easy. It's really just a crypto wallet that gives me passive interest on the different crypto coins that I hold. So they have different percentages depending on which coin, but for example, a coin called Polygon, I can actually get 9% APR, but they pay it out every single Monday, which is super cool because every Monday I wake up, and probably today I'll be going to look at my phone to say how much did I make, and the percentages that I get, as I say, are given out every week, but they vary a little bit. I haven't seen them vary as far as I've been using it, but what's nice is they actually are paying you out in the crypto coins. So where your rewards are actually tied in those coins, your rewards will fluctuate as the coins gain interest. So you're really actually not only going to gain the interest or the price gains of the coin, or the underlying coin itself, but you're also going to be gaining the rewards in addition to what you're gaining with those coins. So where I could say Polygon's gaining 9%, Polygon would have to drop overall for the whole year 9% before I'm actually net zero. And that really just makes it easy for me to put money in my pocket, and if I see something coming in the news that I know I can pull out, I'm already gaining rewards on those types of cryptocurrencies that I'm holding and making passive income. You can also use Celsius to borrow coins as well. So they are allowing you to actually take out different forms of loans and coins of whatever type that you'd like to get into, so that maybe you'd want to put it into some other investment, maybe into your YouTube channel, maybe into a different coin, maybe into a different asset, NFTs, whatever you may be trading with. So really cool to get into this. The second thing that I'll be getting into is DeFi Land. This is a really cool application, or really a website right now, that allows you to invest in cryptocurrencies and gain percentages from staking, where normally it'd be really confusing to get into these types of things. They give you a really neat interface that looks like a farm, and I can actually go and plant crops, and the crops represent cryptocurrencies, and I'm gaining passive interest on those at all times. So for example, the one that I started with, RUN, R-U-N, never heard of it before, and USDC, which is the US dollar, it had actually make over 300% APR with this coin. So I'd have to assume that that coin is going to lose 300% or more of its value, again, before I'm net zero on the year. So it really seems like a great investment, and makes for a neat interface. They're coming out with a lot of really cool updates in the form of NFTs, where you can do things like buy an NFT fishing pole and then fish with that fishing pole and then sell your fish to people within the ecosystem of the game to gain money on that. So your crops are passively gaining you interest, but you're also able to play the game and gain some interest and some money on some of the things that you're investing in. So pretty neat application, and one that I think is going to be really blowing up in the future. It's on the Solana blockchain, and it's some that I've seen in its competitors are really not going to stand up against this product. So it's one that I find is going to do really well, and they have a super active community. Every week they're releasing these farmer hall chats on Discord where you can tune in, ask questions, and they're really responsive and fun to be with. So let me show you what it looks like on a live application. All right, so here's the actual game. There's a couple of different wallets that you can use to access this. I like Phantom, but there are a few others that they support. You have to download the Phantom extension for your computer, and when it's typed in and connected here, you'll eventually go to connect this, and it'll actually prompt you to type in your password. So once I'm in here, I've got my wallet connected. I can hit play. I'll just skip ahead here. And this brings me into the actual game, where you can see my farm. I have my icon, which this is actually an NFT that I have on the Solana blockchain for another game, Star Atlas. I've got my name that I can change here, my level, depending on how much I've logged into the game. I can pet my animals here to gain some more XP. There's like a dog over here, those cows you saw, and some chickens. And there's these funny little games that you can play. Farm Invaders is one of them here, where there's a couple of birds that show up. I'm a farmer just trying to get these birds out of my lawn here. So those are pretty cool. You can play those periodically. I think it's once every 15 minutes. Memory game, shooting gallery is another one. There's the market here where you can actually trade your coins back and forth so that you're stacking yourself with the coins and that you need for the types of farming that you're doing. Where we can see it has a very extensive list. A lot of these coins I've never seen before. We can actually find that to be really fluid, making it really easy to change and switch around coins. But here's where the magic happens. These are my farms. I've got the DFL, DeFi Land coin. This one is Run, R-U-N, the one that I mentioned earlier that I found had some pretty good returns. And this one I have a Solana farm on, but you can actually choose the farm that is displayed, which means you can have more than 3 farms, but they're just allowing you to display 3 at a time. So if I choose my Solana blockchain, it comes back here. And you can see the types of returns that you're getting from these are pretty good. So it's pretty consistently been above 200% here. It was over 300, but you're getting paid out in real time. So here I have $1 already from about $40 investment. As you can see, I'm not investing too much into this to getting started. It doesn't take much to get me started, but I do get returns pretty quickly. This farm board is going to show me what is paying out the most. So in order of the most highest percentage of payouts here, we have SCY to USDC. I can get 501%. Here's my Run USDC. What that means is we're doing liquid pairing of the coins, combining 2 coins together. That's using this seed laboratory here. So I basically find what I want, and then I'm able to use the market to load my wallet with the correct seeds, the correct coins. And then I'm able to make those seeds out of those coins. So here's a USDC DFL coin, just like the one that I have in my farm. I can make additional seeds and build that farm up. So you can actually add to the existing farms that are already going. You can add to the farms that you'd like to have to create new farms. And this game is really just starting. It's still in the alpha production here, but it's one that where they're going to be adding NFTs to be able to do things like fish. This fishing game over here will then start to generate income by playing the game. Owning a fishing rod, which would be an NFT, would allow you to buy catch fish, and you'd be able to then sell those fish to individuals. So pretty neat. They also have competitions. They're doing one right now where there's 3 different teams. When you first sign into the game, you have to pick which team you're a part of. You go to your house, you can see where you're at here with that. And right now, there's leaderboards to show you where people are at with their XP. There's actually a competition. Where is it? Here we go. Team stats. So this will show you where your team's at. And as you can see, there's 8 days, 6 hours left right now. I've only swapped a little bit here, but there's 150,000 DFL coins that are being handed out. I picked on the losing team right here. I'm on Team Doge. It looks like Pepe's taking the lead. It was Monk for a long time, but Team Doge is really just
Not even trying.
So the final thing that I'll be getting into is Gate.io, and this is a website that does a ton of cool things, but I'm going to be focusing on one single thing, the bot trading that Gate.io does, so that I can actually have the computer with a predetermined algorithm trading for me. It's the highs and lows of cryptocurrencies that are really something that tends to be painful. As an emotional trader, you're watching the price shoot up, you're excited, it shoots down, you're really sad. And with that, we can actually define the high and low with Gate.io using an algorithm and say, let's trade and get in and out of this cryptocurrency as it moves between that. And so that actually gives you payouts as the coin is, what you'd say going sideways, just kind of moving up and moving back down, but never actually gaining an overall momentum. So with Gate.io, we can actually leverage bot trading to get into cryptocurrencies with passive income.
So welcome to Gate.io. This is a really great exchange and a website to do a bunch of stuff. I'm going to focus on just one thing today, but there's so much that you can do here. If I go up to the top to copy trading, you'll see the page in front of you, where I can then go off to the left. If it's not already opened, we'll open up create a new strategy and go for strategies templates. From here, I want to do the top option here to create a strategy for spot grid trading. This allows me to set up a smart grid or configure the grid manually. I haven't had great results with the smart grid, so I'll just configure the grid manually. And here we can pick different markets that we'd like to trade against. Bitcoin USDT is the first one. Doge is one that I'm a little bit more familiar with. So I can see right now it's at about 15 cents. We can set up these grids to have a lower and an upper price limit. So here I know, or from experience, don't think that Doge will go below 10 cents in the near future, but let's call it, it's not going to go above 35 cents as well at the upper limit here. We can call it 10 grids. The number of grids is really how many times I can open up a position. So yeah, I can have 10 positions in between the 10 and 35 cent range here. And how big are those positions? Well, I'm going to call it 10 Doge each, right? And this will only cost me 14 bucks. But as I start to increase the number of Doge that are in these grids, it's going to increase the amount that I'm committing here. At the bottom, I have additional options that I can go for. These are all optional, so mostly the top is what you're concerned with. Here we can say, what's my break above higher limit or my take profit price? And so here I could say, once it gets to 34 cents, 35 cents, let me go ahead and take a profit. Stop loss prices at the lower end. And there's these other two strategies that you can do that once enabled, sell Doge when it terminates, would sell all your Doge at the market price when the strategy terminates here. And we also have the ability to basically just hold on for dear life, hold mode. Once enabled, earnings from this grid strategy would be exchanged for Doge in real time. So we can create that with just a $40 investment here. Pretty easy to get into, and it'll start automatically trading. The idea here is that if the price is between 10 cents and 35 cents, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, I'm making money on because this system is automatically trading within that.
So if you like what you saw in today's episode, make sure that you like, subscribe, check out my other content on my channel. I have a Facebook, I got Twitter, but mostly it's all combined onto this YouTube channel where I'm able to spit out weekly episodes on NFTs, cryptocurrencies, technology, VR, AR, any acronym that you'd like me to cover. Let me know, hit me up with some comments, shoot me a message, say hello. Love talking to you guys. Let's get it next week. You'll be seeing some more stuff. Hope you have a wonderful rest of this week. Happy investing.